Hey folks, this is Adam DeGraff with the Dueling Fiddlers, here today on day one of the Rockin Fiddle Challenge. Today we're going to learn measures 1 through 8 of Sweet Child of Mine. For those of you who are on the list, you have received a download of this. That is measures 1 through 8. What we're going to do is we're going to work through it. Actually, we're going to work through in kind of a different way. I'm going to do it kind of the harder stuff first, and then we're going to go to the more remedial kind of approach, which if that is what you need, then you're going to get it. But for the people who don't need it, we'll get them up and running a little faster that way. So here we go. We're just going to jump right in. This entire lick is in second position. That means that you're not in first position. That means open G, 1, 2, 3 on the G string. To get up to second position, you're going to take your 2 now and slide it up very slowly to where your 3 was, and that should put you squarely in second position. What I'm going to do now is play through it relatively slowly. Try to play along with me. For those of you who can't, don't worry. In about 2 minutes, we're going to be going through it one note at a time. Here we go. 3 and 4 and. And there we have it. That's measures 1 through 8. All right, let's slow this sucker down and figure out exactly what it is we are doing here. Second position, as I mentioned, is where we slide the second finger up to where the third finger was. Yeah, 4 strings on the violin, the G, the D, the A, and the E string. And we're going to be rocking the bow between each of these strings. It does bear saying that measure 1 is the same as measure 2. Measure 3 is the same as measure 4. Measure 5 is the same as measure 6. And measure, well, 7 and 8 are almost identical, okay? Incidentally, measure 7 and 8 are the same in left hand as measure 1 and 2. Really not so hard when you break it down, except for the fact that it's in second position. So here we go again. Open G, 1 on the G, first position. 2, big old space between the 1 and 2, by the way, and then a nice tight 3 against the 2. And then we're going to shift up with the 2 to where the 3 was. Okay, don't use vibrato like I just did. It's just it's a way I cheat and make it sound very in tune. Okay, here we go. So second position, first note is a 2, and that note, that little sign above the 2, that's a down bow. That means we're taking the bow and going down with it. Okay, here we go. So it's a 2 on the G, a 1 on the A. You have to rock your bow over to the A string silently. Up on the 1, back to the D string for the 2, 1 on the D, 4 on the A. We're going to come back and talk about that in a second because it's very important. It's an octave. 2 on the D, 3 on the E, 2 on the D, and then it repeats. 2 on the G, 1 on the A, 2 on the D, 1 on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 3 on the A, 2 on the D. That's measures 1 and 2. They are the same as one another, okay? Measure 3 starts a little differently. It starts with an open D, and what I want you to do is just take your fingers off, but don't move your hand back or forth. Very important, you keep it right where it was, so when you take those fingers off, you'll still have some perspective about where to put this one that's coming up. So, that's measures 1 and 2. The second finger is up. Here's a little hint. know where your first finger is going to go in a moment before you take your 2 off. Have an idea of where it goes. Get it poised above the string, and then take everything off for the open D, and the 1 should just fall right into place. 2 on the D, 1 on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 3 on the E, I'm sorry, 3 on the A. It is an E, but 3 on the A. Back to the D. Again, open D, leaving your hand still. 1 on the A, 2 on the D, 1 on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 3 on the A, back to the 2 on the D. And then the last really difficult part, here we're going to take the 1 and we're going to put it, this is measure 5, mind you, okay, measure 5. Take the 1 and put it on both the D string and the A string. Okay, not easy actually, sometimes it's hard to tune. You kind of tune a 5th like that, that's what it's called, a 5th. You put your finger on both strings, the D and the A. Personally, I kind of like the way it feels when I lean a little more heavy towards the D string and let my finger kind of lop onto the A string. So I'm thinking D string centered and then letting the finger kind of roll onto the A string versus the other way, okay? And here we are, 1 on the D, 1 on the A. It's already down, should be easy, right? 1 on the D, 1 on the A, back to a 2 on the D, 1 on the D, 4 on the A, again it's that octave, back to the 2 on the D, 3 on the A, back to the 2 on the D, and then 1, 1. That's a 1 on the D and a 1 on the A, right? 1 on the D, 1 on the A, 2 on the D, 1 on the D, 4 on the A, 2 on the D, 3 on the E, on the A, 2 on the D. And then the last 2 measures are quite simple. They're exactly the same as the first 2 measures in terms of the left hand. In terms of the bowing, it's a little different. We're going down, retake the bow, down, up, down, up, down, up. You'll notice there's more on the first note than on the second note. I don't go, because that would be kind of lame. But what we're actually trying to do here is we're trying to add excitement to this part. We're paying homage to the fact that when Slash is tearing into this, at the very end of his solo, something happens. There's a boom, 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 and it gets exciting and it adds something to it. So we're alone. We have to add something. We can't just keep playing it the same exact way. So we're going to go. And by the end, yeah, both notes are even, right? But not at the beginning, or you'll kind of let the cat out of the bag too soon. So again, with those last 2. Okay, and that sets us up for what's coming up next, which will be posted the second one of you posts a response video. I need that response video, okay? So, I wanted to say a quick couple things before I say goodbye. I want to say hello to a couple people that have joined recently, and I'm just really impressed with how many people have been really kind, sending me really personal emails telling me about yourselves and your playing and all that stuff. And I wanted to say a quick hey to Deborah out in LA. She's an adult fiddle player who wants to try to rock out with us. Liat out in Singapore. Wow, that's a long ways away. Emma in Dublin, Ireland. David from Germany. Oh, Sarah. I love Sarah. She's only 10 years old. She lives outside New York City, and you got to give it to her. She even asked her parents permission, and they sent me a note saying it was cool. And then Tanya out in Hawaii. You guys watch out for Tanya. She's pretty serious. Tanya is a violist, and she wants everybody to know that she thinks a violist can beat all the violinists at the Rockin Fiddle Challenge. I guess we'll see. Good luck to everybody. Email me your questions, or better yet, I'm going to post this on the Dueling Fiddlers Facebook page. So if you haven't found that already, get to the Dueling Fiddlers Facebook page, send your questions there, suggestions there, comments there, and I will see you folks later.